I have another episode of Daily Dingers. It is Monday, best day of the week because it sets the tone for your week. Steve, what's up, my man?
Hanging, man. Just glad to be back. Ready to give out some winners today. You know, the usual, just long weekend, a lot going
Steve,
on.
how was your night last night?
Last night was a little out of control, not even out of control, just it was a long day. So I had a wine tasting
Hit the
at
vino.
at my parents' house. We did a wine tasting, 8 people, 16 bottles of wine. This took place from the hours of about 2 p. Well, actually, we started at like 1:30. So 1:30 in the afternoon, ended around 9:30, 10. It's a long day of drinking. I'm hurting a bit today. A lot of wine.
A lot of grapes.
A lot of grapes, Then there was pizza, there was pasta. There's a lot of real Italian fest over there.
Any kind of like Italian food? Do we have like antipasta, anything like that?
So we had antipasta out first. It was like the dry sausage, spicy, sweet and spicy, all cheese, the olive oil, the bread, everything to start early in the day. And then my mom made pasta. I told her not to do this. I was like, don't cook. She's like, no, I want to cook. I was like, don't cook. She couldn't help herself. She made pasta. She made some nice little sauce with it, light sauce. And then we ordered pizza.
Oh boy.
On top of it, we ordered pizza, but then we got all these apps with the pizza, like they had these things like cheesesteak egg rolls and mac and cheese and mac and cheese egg rolls, and then there was rice balls, and it was a lot. And the pizza was like on focaccia bread, so there's a lot of eating that took place, and on top of the drinking. So we had ourselves quite a day,
dude. That's a solid Sunday. Tell you what,
and it was a beautiful day too, so it made it even better.
It was just another beautiful day in Hoboken, right?
That was Staten Island yesterday.
It was Staten Island. Gotcha.
Staten Island. We just go visit, But wait, what about you? What was Friday night? You went to the Orioles walk-off.
I did, yeah. Trey Mancini. So we were there Friday. I was in Baltimore. We went to Maryland Live at the casino there, placed some wagers. I didn't hit any of the Orioles ones. I took Tyler Wells over 4.5 strikeouts. Didn't hit. I took Orioles money line first 5. Didn't hit. I did get to see a Mike Trout home run, which is pretty cool. So I get to see one of the greatest players of all time hit a home run live. So that made me feel good. That was worth like the ticket in itself. Like at least I'm going to remember that. I wasn't too far gone to the point where it's like, oh, what happened? But I got to see it, remembered the Mike Trout home run. They went to review actually because it was so high over the foul pole. They had to go to review to see if it actually was a home run. The guys I was with, JJ and Krabs, they actually bet Mike Trout to hit a home run. It was like plus 260, and they got it. So that was pretty cool too.
That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah. It's always great, as you know, from experience, being at a game and betting the home run prop and it hits is incredible.
They did not make as big of a deal out of it as I did, but yes.
Well, you know what? It's fine. Some different strokes for different folks,
Exactly. And you know who else is stroking? Mariners and Orioles. Were they both 8-game win streaks?
Both 8-game win streaks right now.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So the Orioles are actually sneaking up silently in the AL East. They're only 2 games behind in the wild card.
I know.
So they're getting close to 500 ball. They're at 43 and 44. Very close. I mean, Toronto's only 45 and 42, and Tampa Bay's 45 and 40. So they're sneaking up there.
Yeah, and they're doing it different ways, right? Like one night they're outscoring you, and then one day their pitching's just shutting you down. Really good bullpen. The bullpen's like top 5 in baseball.
Yep.
They have a lot of young talent. I mean, they're probably a couple years away from like really contending, but they're a surprise to me. They're a surprise team in the AL this year. And then like they pounded the Angels all weekend. Like even yesterday, like an idiot, I bet the Angels because I was like, the Orioles, they've been playing well. There's no way I was like, I don't see them winning 8 games in a row. And it was like 2-0 in the 4th inning. And then the Orioles just put up like a 4 spot, and then they put up a 5 spot the next inning. I was like, what is going on?
So it's funny because I saw that video. You said you're like, yeah, no way they're winning 8 in a row. But on a previous episode, remember we were talking about you're like, you're going to make more money betting on a team to win during a win streak than for them to lose. Remember?
That is correct.
That came out of your mouth. You went against what you said before. And that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, Steve.
Yeah, I definitely went against what I had said. And I regret it now because I did it twice too. I was just thinking they're just not. The other one, I'm really more upset at the other one because I took the Blue Jays yesterday too. It was like plus 102. I didn't really do it because of the win streak. I did it because I was like the plus 102. I was like, I don't think they're gonna get swept by the Mariners. Like and they lost 6-5. They blew it late. You know why? Because their bullpen stinks.
Yeah,
that the bullpens are like huge now. I just feel like because stars don't even deep anymore as we know. And like if you have a bad, that's why the Blue Jays aren't that good right now. Besides the whole Jose Barrios fiasco, the bullpen's not that good. So that's a problem for them. But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. I'm actually very surprised by the Mariners, but I think a lot of it has to do with this kid Julio Rodriguez is a beast.
Yeah,
beast. He changes that lineup. Like he had like a slow April, May, and now all of a sudden this kid's a beast.
Yeah, they're in second place.
Yeah.
Similar to, I would say, like the AL East, you can argue the AL West. It's pretty much Houston and then everyone else.
Yes.
Even like you said, you mentioned the Mariners. They're still 12 games behind Houston. Boston is still 14 games behind the Yankees. So in those divisions, there's a runaway winner, and then it's everyone else.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, these teams that we're talking about, like the Orioles, are 2 out of a wild card, right? Like the wild card is going to be it's going to be a mosh pit because there's an extra team, right? There's 6 teams in each league that make it.
Yes.
So what is
it?
12 altogether. So what happens now with the playoff structure? Like does the top 2 seeds get buys? And then it's best of 3 for the first round.
The top 1 gets a bye, and then it goes to the best 2 in the league in the league.
Wait.
So the AL and the NL.
So wait. So then how does that work for the playoff structure? Because there'll be 5 teams left after that, right?
What do you mean?
If 6 teams make the playoffs, if one gets a bye, there's 5 teams left, so there's an uneven amount of teams.
Well, the top 2 would get a bye, right? Or the top 1 would get a bye from each division.
Well, no, I feel like it would have to be the top two get a bye, and then 3 plays 6 and 4 plays 5. Right, in like the AL and the NL.
There is going to be no more wild card game. So remember,
right, it's going to be best 2 out of 3. So like the top 2 would get a bye into the DS, right, and then the third best division winner plays the last wild card, and the fourth best division winner plays the first wild card.
Right,
and that's a best 2 out of 3.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, there you go. That makes more sense. It's like football when the first 2 teams. Well, I don't know. They used to be the first 2 teams get a bye. Now there's 7 teams now, so it's all over the place. But
again, these are new rules that happened this year too.
Yeah. This isn't like it hasn't been around very long, is what we're saying here. It hasn't been around ever. Yeah, I actually like it better. People have been. I know we're rambling a little bit here, but people have been like, I'm a Mets fan, obviously. See the hat. Thank you for everyone who thinks I'm a Yankee fan. So everybody's concerned because the Braves are a game and a half behind the Mets now. I mean, the Braves have won a ridiculous amount.
Braves don't lose, dude. They're so good.
No, and people are starting to, Mets fans are like panicking. And I'm like, listen, with 20 games over in mid-July, right? With 20 games over in mid-July, just make the playoffs. Scherzer just came back. DeGrom's coming back. If we have to get a wild card and play in a best 2 out of 3 series, and we have Scherzer and DeGrom, they're built for 2 out of 3. Scherzer, DeGrom, Bassett, like they're fine for a best 2 out of 3 series. So just make the playoffs. Like, I understand you want to win the division, but stop panicking. We're 20 games over. We have the second best record in the NL. Like, it's going to be okay. That's how I feel.
I understand what you're saying 100%, but if I were a Mets fan, I would be concerned in a series against Atlanta. I don't think right? I mean, there's no way you can't say like, oh, we'll be fine. Like, Atlanta's just so dangerous.
Yes, they are. But if the Mets have a fully healthy pitching staff, I think they have a better staff. and I'll ride Scherzer, DeGrom, and this year, like even Ty Walker's been a stud.
Yeah,
I don't know how his split change apparently is how. But like he's been a stud this year. Bassett is very good. Carrasco's been good. They have a deep rotation. McGill's hurt. They're deep. So in the thing is, I've seen them have a not great like their lineup. I feel like Lindor needs to hit. I know he's on pace for like 115 RBIs, but I feel like he's been like non-existent lately, and things are slowing down. It's getting weird. They probably need a bat at the deadline, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where you're going to put him.
They were talking Nelson Cruz possibly. I mean, I was just hearing talk on the radio.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird because I guess for DH, they do need a DH because JD Davis and Dom Smith they're not cutting the mustard here. Like we gotta get rid of that. They're just not. It's not working. But in 2015, the Mets rode their starting pitchers to the World Series, and like you wouldn't say that their lineup at that time was better than the Dodgers, who they'd beaten. Maybe their lineup was better than the Cubs at that time. But the Cubs were like just ready to make that run.
Push. Yeah.
That push to like being a series, like they won the World Series the following year. But I've seen what having a staff can do in the playoffs, and like I think if DeGrom and Scherzer are healthy, they have the best staff 1 to 5. It's my opinion. Maybe I'm a little biased because I'm a Mets fan, but in a short series, like you're built for that.
Nope, I get it.
So we'll see.
You said, with the additions that are possibly coming to the Mets as well. I mean, Steve Cohen, I don't think he's just going to stand by and not spend any money. I think it's just that's who he is in his nature. Like, hey, we're this close. We need to make a push. Mets are going to spend money.
Yeah, he doesn't care. So like one of my friends was like, why doesn't he just pay out Bobby Bonilla on July 1st? He's like, why doesn't he just pay him out his full contract? I'm like, because to him, $1.2 million is like you and me owing somebody $20 every July 1st. He doesn't care.
And also too, he loves it. Like he tweeted out, he was like, "It's a national holiday, Bobby Bonilla." Like it's like revered. It's like something that brings attention to the Mets organization. It's exciting. Like he likes it too.
He's embracing it.
He doesn't want to get rid of it.
Right. He's embracing it. It's great. It's you know what everyone wanted to make fun of it because they were like, "Oh, the Wilpons made a bad deal." It really wasn't a bad deal, like in any way. And if you're a player, like that's your retirement plan right there. I'm guaranteed $1.2 million every year on this day
till I'm 72 years old.
Right. He probably was the guy who started. I think we talk about it because Bonilla is the guy who started it, right? Like now a lot of guys have
deferred money.
Now a lot of these guys have deferred money. Like even like Scherzer just got like 15 mil from the Nats, you know? Like so all these guys are doing it. I think he was like the
Godfather.
He was the Godfather. Oh man, speaking of
money.
Oh man, it was a tough weekend for mob movie and show actors, man.
James Caan down
and Paulie Walnuts.
Yes,
Tony Sirico.
Yeah. Both of them, dude. Wise guys getting whacked.
By age. Oh, it's bad. Rough weekend. Rough weekend for Italians, you know.
Yeah, but at least it brought and then Ray Liotta not too long ago either.
I know. It's been a weird year. Somebody else died, I think, too, recently. I forget.
De Niro and Pacino better watch their ass. You know what I'm saying?
I know. It's getting up there in age.
A couple wise guys.
A couple wise guys over there.
Speaking of wise guys, Pete and Steve, couple of fucking baseball wise guys, I would say. Steve, I got my first one here. I am looking at the A's versus Rangers. I didn't put the game in here. That's my fault. Looking at the A's versus Rangers total for the first 5 innings, over 4.5. Adrian Martinez, Spencer Howard, 2 of the highest expected ERAs today. And I'm not too big of a fan of going off expected ERA. I don't know how accurate it is. I put some stock into it, but not a lot. But Martinez, 6 ERA. Spencer Howard, 10.97 ERA. Oakland, dead last in baseball in regards to OPS. Rangers ranked 17th. So both of these teams aren't hitting a lot. Spencer Howard, he was very revered. He was actually drafted by the Phillies, and they thought he was going to have this big, bright future. He pitched on July 5th. That was his first start since the end of April. So this guy has a very wide gap of his last start between his last one and the one before that. He gave up 4 earned runs and 6 hits to the Orioles in only 4 innings pitched. Adrian Martinez, on the other hand, he has made 3 starts this year. So 2 guys who have not had a consistent track record this season. Martinez only 3 starts this season, 1 in May, 1 in June, 1 in July. His last start, he gave up 3 earned runs to the Blue Jays in 5 innings. In June, he gave up 7 earned runs to the Mariners in 4 2/3 innings. So I just see a lot of inconsistency with these guys trying to get their footing. So for that first 5 at 4.5, I'm going to go ahead and take that.
I like it. I'm on something similar here. I'll just piggyback because I'm doing Rangers team total over 4.5.
Beautiful.
Here, minus 120. So, like you said, a lot of the things that I had written down about Martinez. Also, the Rangers over the last 2 weeks, they're 8th in the MLB in OPS and they're 7th in runs. Like you said. Also, the A's, also another thing on top of this. You said everything you need to say about Martinez with the expected ERA, the regular ERA. Also, I think the fact that a team in the division, a team in the division lit him up. I feel like when you're facing inside your division, the scouts have more info, more data based on like the minor league system and stuff. I don't know if that's true, but I'm pretty sure that's true. That would make the most sense there.
Well, the familiarity with the teams you've playing them the most out of anybody, you know?
Right. So like even your minor league teams are playing against each other all the time. So you have scouting reports on guys. So that gives me some comfortability there. Also comfortability is that Corey Seager has 5 home runs in the last week. He has like a 17-11 OPS. He's on fire right now. And also on top of this, the A's are 22nd in baseball with a 4.3 bullpen ERA. So I like this for the full game over 4.5 at minus 120 for the Rangers team total. And they could probably hit your first 5 over by themselves.
That would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at it. The reason I didn't go with the total for the first 5 over was because I have like PTSD with Spencer Howard. I bet against them last year after he hasn't been very good, but I bet against him last year and he went like 5 shutout innings. So I was like, I'm going to stay away from him this time. This looks like a better bet. I'll take a hot Rangers offense right now. I'll take them to score off of basically a AAA pitching staff.
Beautiful. Yeah. So runs scored in this game against 2 inconsistent pitchers who they haven't found any, pitchers want to have their schedule and things done. These guys have missed starts. They've been, pitching 1 month. They don't pitch another month.
The kid Martinez only has 3 starts. He pitched in his best start was his first start in May. He gave up 4 hits, no runs against Detroit. But in May, Detroit couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. Right. So it didn't matter who was pitching against them. And then he didn't pitch for 2 months after that. So he's one of those guys that's been up and down. AAA back and forth. So, the A's are they're a disaster. So, honestly, if you want to look too, I know it's tough to trust the A's offense at all, but like even the over was only at like 8.5 earlier for the full game. If that's a look people want to make, I said this on Friday when you were talking about Yankees first 5. I was like, I like that. And I was like, I like the over for the game too, because they're going to score. It was like a 11-5 final, So this is another situation. I like the 8.5 seems low. I know the A's offense stinks, but I feel like the Rangers could really put a beat down on them today.
The only thing I would consider for that full game is Texas's bullpen are ranked pretty high. Okay. They're right behind Baltimore and above the Dodgers. So that would be the only thing that I saw. But dude, let's get it early and often. These 2 pitchers can't find a groove.
We're gonna have a great day today. I'm ready to rock.
Another game I don't think is gonna get too many runs. I don't know, or at least not as many as this at this value. White Sox and Guardians under 9. That's at plus 100. As we know, White Sox, we know what they do against right-handed pitching. But over the last 2 weeks, White Sox rank 17th in OPS. Guardians rank 24th in OPS. White Sox are scoring a lot of runs. They're tied for 5th with most runs scored over the last 2 weeks. Okay, so that's something to consider. But Lance Lynn does not walk any batters. He's got a walk percentage less than 6, and that's where the Guardians find a lot of success. Guardians have a very good plate discipline, and they walk a lot. They get guys on base and move them around. That doesn't look like that's going to happen when you're facing Lance Lynn, who is pretty good with his control and doesn't walk a lot of batters. Cal Quintrell. 8 earned runs in his last 3 starts, 3 to Detroit, 3 to Minnesota. White Sox slug versus right-handed pitchers, we know, 28th in baseball. Guardians ranked 10th. So the total has eclipsed this number 4 out of the last 10 for the White Sox. So I'm just kind of betting on, we did this last time. We were saying the White Sox aren't going to hit right-handed pitcher, and I think the score was like 4-4 in like the 5th or 6th inning. I was like, yeah, that's fucking shot. But at plus 100 even money, give me the under 9. Lance Lynn, I think, could have a good day pitching, and then Cal Quantrill, a couple runs. I think just 9 is maybe just a little too high.
Yeah, I looked at this. I looked at this before too. I looked at the first half. The first half under was set at 5.5, and the under was like minus 138. So I was like, all right, I'm going to stay away there. Then I was looking at some money lines first half. I don't trust either of these pitchers for the first half money line, where it's like I don't trust either one of them, but I also don't trust the offenses. I think as they go deeper into this game, first of all, I don't think the White Sox are going to like really do much damage. Quantrill he's been lit up his last few starts, but usually when pitcher has like 3 or 4 starts where they get lit up, unless their name's Trevor Rogers, they usually come back and find it for a start or two. And I just feel like Lance Lynn is better than he is right now.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I know the Guardians only really hit righties. They are terrible against left-handed pitchers. These two teams are their offenses are just polar opposite when it comes to lefty versus righty. I just feel like Lynn is better than he's been, and I feel like this is a good spot for an under. I don't trust the offenses here to put up a bunch of runs. You could be looking at like a 3-2 final. So
that's what I'm thinking. So
I mean,
at plus 100 too. I'm just like, there's a lot of value, I think.
Exactly.
Under 9 runs.
Exactly. So speaking of value, going Rockies first 5 money line plus 132. You got to hear me out here. Playing the Fathers tonight in Coors. So Sean Manaea starts for the Fathers in Coors Field against the team with the best home OPS in baseball and the best team against left-handed pitching in baseball. On top of that, Manaea has given up 14 earned runs over his last 4 starts. It's not terrible, but it isn't great. It's really not a good recipe going into Coors Field against this Rockies lineup. Not to mention the Padres over the last 2 weeks, they're 28th in the MLB in OPS and they're 29th in runs. And if you shrink that to 7 days, it's the same exact numbers. So they just have not hit for 2 weeks straight. They're definitely in a rut. There's way too much value here on this for me. For the Rockies at plus money to pass this up at plus 132. I know Jose Urena is starting for the Rockies tonight, but the Padres lineup's not hitting. The Rockies lineup is great at home and they're great against lefties. So I'll take this first 5 plus 132. There's just so much value on it. Like I feel like I need to play this.
That's really good. Did you say what Jose Urena's like his last 3 starts look like?
He was like an opener for a little bit. He's come out of the pen. He hasn't started a ton. I could tell you right now, he hasn't started the whole, like he hasn't been a starter all year is what I'm saying. He's been in and out of the bullpen. He doesn't strike anybody out, which is, not a great recipe, but I'm looking
against the Dodgers. He gives up 1 earned run, 5 hits in 6 2/3 innings.
Yeah. That was his last. I'm pretty sure that was his last time out. So I mean that's not bad. I think he's been in the bullpen most of the year before that start. Like he came out of that was his first actual start of the season last time out. He went 6 2/3, 1 run, 5 hits against the Dodgers.
That's Dodgers too,
yeah. So I mean that's fine. It is what it is. I don't, maybe it's just a case where they don't have like a good look on him. You know what I mean? Like they don't really have a good scouting report on him, or it's the first time they're seeing him, and they're not going to have a good look for the first couple times through the lineup. Either way, I'm just trusting the Rockies offense at this point a lot more than the Padres, especially with the numbers over the last 2 weeks and what the Rockies do at home and against left-handed pitching. I know it's juicy plus 132. It's just like I'm betting the line here. I just think this is too good to pass up.
Sure.
Sorry, I was trying to give you an explanation there and read the comments, and just did not work out too well.
I saw one of the comments. Pretty sure I went to high school with the guy on the left. PDV, that is me. Austin, what's up, my dude?
Austin, hope you're a Mets fan. Mets and Giants fan. Austin Torek right there is my guy.
Wow, 2 Austins. We got Austin, the Mets fan, and then Austin, my high school buddy. That's right, baby.
That's it. He's a White Sox fan, though.
Shout out Nico Valley. Yeah, he's from the Chicagoland area. That makes sense.
There you go.
We are going with my team. Well, my newly adopted team. You're adopted. We're going with Kyle Schwarber to get an RBI and the Phils money line. So Miles Michaelis against Kyle Schwarber this year. He's got 3 at-bats, 2 hits, 1 RBI to 1.334 OPS. Schwarber in the last 7 days, we know how fucking hot he is. 7 hits, 6 RBIs, 846 slug. Cardinals, 2.1 runs per game in July. Not very good this month. They were shut out in 4 of those, and now they're going against Aaron Nola. Phillies, 4.8 runs per game this month. They're one of the better road teams. So for those reasons, I like Phil's money line. And then also as a player prop, Kyle Schwarber to record an RBI at plus 140.
I mean, I'll gladly take the Schwarber RBI for fantasy purposes, but he's on fire.
Yeah.
Also, the Cardinals, I'm going to put it this one, going to add to this a little bit. Cardinals are just not scoring runs right now. I think over the last couple of weeks, over the last month, I think they are like 28th or 27th to 28th in runs scored. Like their offense is not very good at the moment.
Yeah, they are 2.1 runs per game in July. So this month, less than 3 runs per game. And they were shut out in 4 of those games.
Yeah, it's not great. Also, I feel like the Phillies and Cardinals have been playing for like 2 weeks straight now. But yeah, I like this a lot. Nola strikes a lot of guys out, and like I feel like he's one of those guys who goes deep into the game. But the Phillies bullpen over the last couple of weeks, I think over the last month, might be the best bullpen in baseball. I think since they fired Girardi, they might be the best bullpen in baseball.
They have. I saw a stat and it went down for like FIP and WAR and all this stuff. And Phillies bullpen, yeah, they ranked first in a lot of categories.
Yeah, this is a good play. Phillies are surging right now. They're.
How about this new Phillies hat I just got?
It is a sick hat. I'm a Mets fan, but I do like the Phillies gear. That hat
appreciate nice hats, right?
Hell yeah! Look at that. Oh, the patch on the side is very nice. I like
blue
that.
UV. My goodness,
solid. No, but yeah, I do. I like this play a lot. I looked at this. I looked at the under, but the Phillies lineup scares me. I feel like the Phillies could score a shit ton of runs at any no matter who. So this is a good play. Are you going to parlay these or are these separate?
I think I'm just going to do separate.
Okay.
Honestly. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. All right. I got another plus 140 for you here. So this is perfect.
You do.
Another plus 140. Austin Reilly, 2+ total bases. So if you guys haven't been paying attention, there's nobody hotter than Austin Reilly over the last 2 weeks of the season. He's hitting 442 over his last 52 at-bats with 5 home runs, 13 RBIs, and a 1337 OPS.
Was that you said the last 7 days?
The last 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks, 15. Okay.
So about 13 games. Also, this man is a notorious Mets killer, and they come to town tonight. So plus 140 for him to have 2+ total bases is an extreme amount of value. Way too good to pass up. This is a hammer play tonight. Like you mash this. You're riding the hottest hitter in baseball at the moment, and you got to keep doing it. So 2+ total bases plus 140. Austin Reilly.
Beautiful. Austin Reilly, and for all of our Austins in our comments, appreciate it.
What a day. 2 Austins and an Austin Reilly bet. This is amazing.
Thank you, Austin Setliff, my man. We had a lot of hot batters today. We talked about Austin Reilly, Kyle Schwarber, Kyle Seager, 2 Kyles. Wow, I didn't even think about that.
No, Corey Seager.
Corey Seager, not Kyle, his ugly brother. Yeah, you're right.
Yes, but still, hot. A lot of hot hitters today. That were
still hot.
That just means we're just throwing out. That just means we're just doing research, giving you numbers to make good decisions. I mean, you could still make. Look, even if you lose a bet, sometimes I could sleep losing a bet knowing that I did all the research. Even if it loses, I still know that was the right play.
It's the right call. Exactly.
Yeah, like you make the right call, and then you don't win every time, because if you did, there'd be no such thing as like Vegas or sports books if you won every time.
Most people lose most of the time. That's how it works.
Correct.
We're just trying to get a little over 50%. Honestly,
that's it. Today we got. I mean, We got some plus money bets today. We could have some nice ROI. By the end of today. So,
and there was an earlier game. I think it's Royals and Tigers. I really have no interest in that.
No, I looked at that. I was trying to get an under on Pineda strikeouts, but they don't even list it now.
If anything, I was looking. I didn't look at it, but if I just want a little bit of action just for shits and gigs, run to be scored in the first inning. That's what I would look at.
Yeah, definitely. Pineda versus Keller. That's a bad Keller. All Kellers who pitch just are not. I don't know. It's not good.
Pitching like his great aunt, you know?
Yeah.
Ellen.
Perhaps. Perhaps. She might. Never mind. I'm not gonna get in. Not gonna get into that.
Not gonna fall for that one, Pete.
No, not getting into it. We're
canceled.
But yeah, man. So big series tonight. Mets Braves starts.
Yeah, that is gonna be very big for you guys.
I mean, we're gonna get swept. It's fine.
No, what time is that? Is that a 7-something game?
7:10.
Yeah, well, at least you got your ace going on the bump, which is huge.
Scherzer, Fried. Maybe take a look at an under there. I don't know.
Yeah. Just to recap, guys, our picks for today, we got the A's and the Rangers. Sorry, I didn't put that in the title. First 5 over 4.5. Then I got the White Sox and Guardians under 9 at plus money plus 100, followed by Kyle Schwarber to record an RBI against who did I say he was going against? Miles Michaelis, and then the Phillies money line as well. Steve likes the Rangers team total over 4.5 at -120. Also, the Rockies first 5 money line. Jose Urena going to show out today. And then Austin Reilly 2+ bases at plus money plus 140. Those are what we got for you today. Hope everything hits and everyone enjoys their beautiful Monday. Gets the week started off right. Right, Steve? When we do well on Monday, that really does set us up for the rest of the week.
It sets the tone. It sets the tone for the rest of the week. Usually a 3-0 Monday or 6-0 Monday or 7-0 Monday is followed by like a 5-1 Wednesday. So
sure, historically on this
show, yes, exactly. So let's do. We did pretty good Friday. I think I went 3-0 Friday.
I think I went 2-1.
So we're carrying 5-1 into the week.
Yeah,
bang, we're done. We're ready to go.
Yeah, we got to do a better job of like bragging after we hit, because I mean, I really don't care as much, but like all the other guys, they're always like, oh, 5 in one day. And then it's like, all right, motherfucker, I did that on Wednesday too. So
yeah, like the thing is you only hear from the peanut gallery when you lose.
Yeah.
When you win, it's quiet. It's dead silent.
Yeah. So. Those videos don't get a lot of views.
No, they do not. So
all right, my man. Have a great Monday. I will see you back Wednesday. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Let's get it tonight.
Thanks, guys.